Yes, I hear you, Mr. Mayor.
Alderman Levin.
I hear you. I hear you.
Alderman Park. Alderman Park.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Ramus. You can hear me? You can hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Alderman Dunn, if you want us to see your video, there's a lower left-hand button you can click video. There you go. There you go. Alderman Dunn, can you hear? I'd ask that you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd ask Clerk Malone to call the roll.
Levin. Kennedy.
Here.
Conquest.
Here.
Brennan.
Here.
Mulliner.
Here.
Deuter.
Here.
Verimus.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Dunn. Bram.
Here.
Palumsky.
Here.
Cahill.
Here.
Toledo. Absent. 13 present, 1 absent.
13 present, 1 absent. We have a quorum. We are in session. Any announcements from the dais? Seeing none, we'll move on to agenda item 3, receipt of written communications from the public. At this time, is there anybody who has any written communications they wish to submit? I don't see anybody here in our council chambers. Mr. Kopp, I know we have one person there who wants to speak, but does he have anything that he formally wants to submit in writing?
No, he does not.
Very good. Seeing no one else, that concludes receipt of written communications from the public. On to public forum. This is an opportunity for anybody in the audience, in the annex, or online to address the council on any items they so choose. We ask that you direct your comments directly to the council, specifically me, the chair. We ask out of respect for work that we have to get done here this evening and respect for others who may want to speak, that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. If you go over 3 minutes, I will give you a gentle reminder and ask you to wrap up. We ask that you state your name for the record as we are recording this. Address is optional. As I like to do in these situations, I know we have somebody in the annex who wants to speak, but I like to try to do the online folks, if there is anybody, to get them going to avoid any technical issues if we have them. Clerk Malone, do we have anybody who has signed up for on the line discussion? Mr. Kopp, is there anybody on your space phone there who wants to provide public comment?
No, there is not.
Clerk Malone, is there anybody who signed up? Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but we have Andrew Kim signed up. And if Andrew Kim is in the annex, he's more than welcome to address the council at this time.
Thank you very much, Mayor Morley and City Council. My name is Andrew Kim. I live at 100 North Addison Avenue in the Mark apartment building. I'm an Asian American, and I would like to address a sign that was posted by John Dulles of Dulles Cleaners that read, "Pray for the removal of demonic Chinese influence in our country." First, the sign is offensive and racist. I know he recently posted another sign suggesting that he was condemning the Chinese government and not the Chinese people. but his initial sign did not state that he was referring either to the Chinese government or the Chinese people. His initial sign referred to the quote unquote demonic Chinese influence, insinuating that all that is related to those of Chinese descent, including government, people, and culture, is demonic. And frankly, it doesn't matter even if he did intend to address the Chinese government, the impact is the same. It is racist, it is offensive, and it perpetuates hate within our community. Second, because it is racist and hateful, it is incredibly dangerous to be communicating that kind of language and belief system in this day and age when hate crimes are so prevalent, and specifically anti-Asian hate crimes are on the rise. According to a Bloomberg article published on March 25th of this year, there have been nearly 3,800 hate crimes committed against Asian or Asian American people in the US since March of 2020. This is a 150% increase in hate crimes committed against Asian people compared to a year earlier. Now, John Dulles may not have committed an act of physical violence, although the revelation of his belief system is violent enough, in my opinion. But the statistics indicate that there are people who do want to commit physical acts of violence against Asians and Asian Americans. In today's current political climate, those people are emboldened by the rhetoric of political leaders like our former president, by other hate crimes being committed against people of Asian descent, and by signs like the one posted by John Dulles, because when they see signs like that, they believe that their hate crimes will find support among others in this community. That is why it is imperative, in my opinion, for the elected leaders of this community to condemn the language in that sign and to do all that you can in order to foster a community of inclusiveness in which people from any background, religion, race, culture, or color feels welcome here and knows that they can be proud to call the city of Elmhurst their home. I've only been a resident in Elmhurst for about a year and a half, and I don't have a family of my own, but my sister, who is also Korean American, and her husband, who is a Moroccan American, do have a family of their own, and they have chosen to raise their two mixed race children here in Elmhurst. As half Moroccan, half Korean children, they should be raised believing they have as much a right to call this community home as any of their white neighbors and classmates. In fact, it should not just be their right to call Elmhurst home, they should be embraced here and feel a sense of welcome here. Signs like the one John Dulles placed on his window do not welcome or embrace people who are different than him. I would like to add before I close that my hope for John Dulles is not that he's forced to go out of business. I do not hope that the upshot of this whole incident is that he's incapable of earning a living. My hope is that he would use this moment as a learning opportunity to understand the offensiveness of the belief system that he has, a belief system that led to posting a racist sign. My hope is that he would use this opportunity to understand the inherent racism in his words and that his words do matter, and that he can use his platform as a business owner in Elmhurst to promote diversity and a culture that welcomes and embraces people who look different than him. In closing, I would like to ask the elected officials, what is the city doing to build and welcome and embrace a diverse and inclusive community here in Elmhurst? And a second question is, what is the city doing to condemn language that promotes racism and hatred on the very streets of this city? Thank you very much.
Okay, Clerk Malone, is there anyone else who has signed up for public forum?
No.
Okay, I don't see anybody here in our in council chambers. Mr. Kopp, is there anybody there or in person or online who wishes to participate in public forum?
No, there is not.
Okay, seeing no one else, that concludes public forum for this evening. On to agenda item 5, consent agenda. At this time, is there any item or items on the consent agenda any alderman wishes to see removed, to vote no, or provide additional comment? Alderman Bram.
531.
Okay, 531. Anyone else? Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item 531. Motion by Alderman Onquest, second by Alderman Deuter. Clerk Malone, please call the vote.
Aye. Levin.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Clerk is muted.
Conquest.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Varimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Dunn. Bram.
Aye.
Palumski.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
And Toledo absent. We have 13 ayes and 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Consent agenda minus item 5.31 is approved. On to agenda item 5.31. This is an ordinance. I would ask Clerk Malone to read the ordinance.
An ordinance extending temporary executive powers pursuant to section 3.16 of the Elmhurst Municipal Code and pursuant to 65 ILCS 5-11-1-6.
Okay, I'll ask for a motion to approve the ordinance as read. Motion by Alderman Levin, second by Alderman Mulliner. Alderman Levin, your motion.
And nothing to add to the ordinance we've passed every session for several months.
Alderman Bram, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. One question on this. It has been 6 months since this ordinance, even though passed, as Alderman Levin just stated, has not been utilized. Are there any current outstanding executive orders that have not already been ratified through city council action as we sit here today?
Give me a minute. You know, Alderman Bram, I think we're gonna have to come up with a list. Some of this, I know some of the executive orders I put forth weren't necessarily, they were like, I'll give you an example, temporary daycare allocation for Timothy Christian to help the hospital. Wasn't needed, not something that we codified. There might be a couple other those, but we can get you a list.
Okay, yeah, I was only speaking about the ones that needed to be codified. Otherwise, they would be null and void if this does not move forward. Thank you for that information at a later time. As stated, we have not utilized, or the mayor has not utilized this executive order for approximately 6 months, and I will not be supporting it.
Any other comments? Seeing none, I'll ask Clerk Malone to call the vote.
Hart.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Varimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Dunn. Bram.
No.
Palumski. Cahill.
Aye.
And Toledo's absent. 12 ayes, 1 nay, and 1 absent.
12 ayes, 1 nay, 1 absent. Motion carries. Agenda item 5.31 is approved. On to agenda item 7, reports and recommendations of appointed and elected officials. Clerk Malone, could you mute, please? There we go. 7.1, Mayor Morley, that's me. Couple of things.
Point of order. 6.
Good thing I'm getting out of here. I'm screwing up these meetings. All right, on to agenda item 6, resolution 6.1 is a resolution. I would ask the clerk to read the resolution.
A resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a change order number 2 for the 2019 Water Reclamation Facility, North Industrial Lift Station Generator, and General Improvements Project.
With this before council, I'll ask for a motion to approve the resolution as read. Motion by Alderman Kennedy, second by Alderman Brennan. Alderman Kennedy, your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We passed the report under the consent agenda, and in order to finish off the project with the IEPA, we are just looking to suspend the rules so we can kind of put a bow on this.
Very good. Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, I'll ask Clerk Malone to call the vote.
Park.
Aye.
Levin. Kennedy.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Arimas.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Dunn. Bram.
Aye.
Palumski.
Aye.
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo absent. 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Agenda item 6.1 is approved. On to agenda item 6.2. Where's Don? Alderman, City Attorney Storino, should I get a motion and a second before I ask you to chime in on this, or do you want to go first?
I think a motion and a second.
Okay, I'm going to ask Clerk Malone to read the resolution of 6.2.
A resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a settlement agreement between the City of Elmhurst, Illinois, and an unnamed party for the resolution of a civil litigation.
With this before council, I ask for a motion to approve the resolution as read. Motion by Alderman Mulliner, second by Alderman Honquist. Before I entertain discussion, I'm going to turn it over to the city attorney. Don, the floor is yours.
Very briefly, Mayor, this is a personal injury matter. It's been pending for a few years. It reflects a demand by the plaintiff of approximately $100,000, a settlement of $50,000 recommended by the court. Court was of great help in resolving this matter at a pretrial, and we are recommending the settlement of this matter at this time.
Okay, any additional comments or questions? Alderman Levin.
Unless I missed something, the resolution doesn't have the name of the complainant. I don't think we can adopt a settlement without putting in the public record the name of the plaintiff with whom we're settling. It just might have a case number, but I think we have to announce that as part of what we're doing before we pass the resolution, approve the settlement.
City manager, I know that the resolution that's in front of us has XXX for the name of the person. So how are we handling that?
That could be his name.
So it is not the name of the person. The plaintiff's name is Teresa Porter, and that's who the settlement agreement is with. What we do in cases like this is we have the resolution without the name in it until the city council approves it, and then we will publish the settlement agreement with all the details after the city council approves.
So ultimately, the resolution that I will sign will have her name in it, and now we just announced her name, so I think that should be sufficient enough to continue with this motion, yes? Don, you good with that?
Yes, Mayor, that's perfect.
Okay. All right, I'm back to perfect. Definitely want to leave on that note. Any additional comments or questions? Seeing none, I'll ask for the vote.
Park.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Conquest.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Mulliner,
Aye.
Deuter, Varimus,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Dunn, Bram,
Aye.
Palumski, Cahill,
Aye.
and Toledo's absent. 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Agenda item 6.2 is approved. On to agenda item 6.3, another resolution. I would ask Clerk Malone to read the resolution.
Resolution authorizing the issuance of a notice of award and authorizing execution of a contract for the chiller rental for the Elmhurst Police Department, Project 21-07.
To put this before council, I ask for a motion to approve the resolution as read. Motion by Alderman Kennedy, second by Alderman Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is another case where
Kennedy,
we,
your motion.
thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is another case in which we approve the report. Doing so because the weather in Elmhurst here can turn on a dime. So we want to have the cooling in place as soon as we can, given it's going to be 80 degrees tomorrow and Wednesday. While we may not be able to get it in time for that, it certainly will be in place for the next time the mercury goes up. Thank you.
Any additional comments or questions? Seeing none, seeing none, I'll ask the clerk to call.
Park,
Aye.
Levin,
Aye.
Kennedy,
Aye.
Conquest,
Aye.
Brennan,
Aye.
Mulliner,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Varimus,
Aye.
Hill,
Aye.
Dunn, Bram,
Aye.
Palumski, Cahill,
Aye.
Toledo absent. 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Agenda item 6.3 is approved. Now on to agenda item 7, reports and recommendations of appointed and elected officials. Mayor Morley, that's me. 2 things. 1, you may have noticed, but tomorrow is actually election day. It's finally here for all of you who are running. I know you're looking forward to it. Polls are open tomorrow at 6 a.m. and they close at 7 p.m. There's a very simple interactive website on DuPage County, on the DuPage County website. If you have a question of where to go to vote, you simply plug in your address and they'll tell you where to go. Or I guarantee you can call any elected official on this meeting and they will help you get to the polls. So best of luck, election tomorrow. City of Elmhurst is hosting a COVID vaccine event at the Elmhurst Christian Reformed Church. Did I get that right, City Manager? That's the Elmhurst Christian Reformed Church on Brush Hill at the south end of town, near the hospital. We sent out an email blast earlier this evening to a database of eligible recipients of the vaccine. We received that eligible list from folks who registered with DuPage County. So if you register with DuPage County and you're on the eligible list, you should have received an email. There are a limited number of vaccines and it's going to be a first come, first serve on sign up. So there's a link in the email that we sent. So if you're watching this live and you think you qualify or you got an email, I would suggest get online and try to register sooner than later because there is a limited amount of vaccines. And that's it for me. City Manager, to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Just one item, a reminder that the next 3 Saturdays will be the spring cleanup days. The first one will be the 10th, and that is for people who have their refuse collection on Friday. The second one will be the 17th, and that is for the residents who have their collection on Thursday. And the third one will be on the 24th, and that is for residents who have their collection on Wednesday. All the information is on the city website. And this is the annual spring cleaning where you can throw just about anything out. We do have some restrictions, so please check the website to make sure that you're within those restrictions. Thank you.
Any other elected officials? Seeing none, I'll go on to other business. Any other business? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Alderman Mulliner, second by Alderman Kennedy. Since we have some folks remote, I'm going to ask the clerk to call a roll call vote. Clerk.
Park.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Kennedy.
Aye.
Kennedy. Conquest.
Aye.
Brennan.
Aye.
Mulliner.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Dunn. Graham.
Aye.
Palomsky. Cahill.
Aye.
And Toledo's absent. 13 ayes, 0 nays, and 1 absent.
13 ayes, 0 nays. Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.